Okay, so basically I've given you the slides, yeah? Um, okay, I've given you the slide. Okay, so I hope that before you come to class, at least you have a glance through or even read, the slide so that if you have any questions, you could ask me. And basically, I'm just summarizing some of the points here. I'm not going to go through like very detailed because I think I've put a lot of information on the slide. So I'm not going to go through like one by one. Okay. So yeah, so I wish that the class would be more interactive and discussion based. Okay, so today is topic 5, and we're going to address about different types of thinking. So last week we talked about the differences between thoughts, feelings, thinking patterns, and so forth. Yeah, and now we are looking into the different types of thinking and how does these different types of thinking will adhere to your how you see a problem situation, how you address the problem situation, and I will show you sample from my students, okay, how they approach different types of thinking in their research project. Okay. So today we're going to address about technological versus design thinking, yeah, and some of the concept that you need to get to familiarize with because later on you're going to take a research-based subject, research methodology, if I'm not mistaken, CSP 750. So you're going to do a lot on reading, on methodology, and you will find these words very common when you start reading journals, conference proceeding, and so forth. Yeah. And okay, so yeah, so this will be the learning outcome for today. Yeah. And okay, we shall start off with a conceptual thinking. Okay, so what is conceptual thinking? You will be hearing about this conceptual model. What is concept? What is conceptual model? What is conceptualization? You will be hearing these words a lot when you start doing your proposal. And perhaps during your viva, okay, viva, which means at the end of the day, during CSP 760 for the final year project, you have to present it to your examiner. So they will ask you, okay, what is your conceptual model? What is your theoretical model? What is your basis of your arguments and so forth? So today you're going to learn some basic things related to that. Okay, so what is conceptual thinking? Why people think in concepts? What is concepts formation? So I think during your undergraduate, you have gone through this process, but not as how shall I say, not as in high thinking order. Yeah, because I think in undergraduate, mostly you will do some kind of a applied based type of project for your final year. So you probably do a little bit of concept formation, yeah. But at a master's level, at a PhD level, this is something that is the core thing that you have to do and you have to present, yeah. So conceptual thinking is about, okay, if you look here, it says that there are two processes in conceptual thinking, which is also part of problem solving process, which is the abstraction and conceptualization. So ini kata kerja dia, yeah. So what is abstraction? So when you read journal article, as simple as to try to understand abstract is actually a summary of whatever, okay, content that eventually stated in the journal. So abstract is not that long. It's about like 250 to 300 words. That is abstract in terms of writing, which is you extract all the key points there. Yeah. But abstract here, in a way, in a knowledge-based way or in a problem-solving way, is actually about higher order reasoning, okay, about hypothetical ideas or symbolic ideas. So hypothesis, okay. and it involves conceptualizing the problems, yeah, arriving to logical and rational conclusion. So you will see abstraction and conceptualization here is a parallel process, especially when it comes uh, to actually come out with a theoretical model or a conceptual model based on a problem situation. So while you're reading your journal, have you came across like a conceptual model or a theoretical model or issues or challenges that they're trying to make sense? Okay. They're trying to see the patterns and they're trying to reasoning it out. Okay, so for example, for if you read systematic literature review, especially the process of abstraction and conceptualization is very clear in a systematic literature review paper because the author attempt to see the patterns from 10 years, okay, 10 years of journal articles. So they tend to see the trend, the patterns, what are the similarities, differences, what are the ongoing issues, evolution of issues, and a lot of things, many angles. So abstraction is actually hypothetical ideas, yeah, hypothesis, right? So it filter out information to focus on the essential features, object, or an idea. So don't think about abstraction in a computer science because computer science you have abstract class and everything is not similar. That is computational thinking, but now we're talking about conceptual thinking, yeah, how you relate to problem solving. So another one is conceptualization. So the process of development and clarification of concepts. This is what you're going to do for your PhD, Masters by Research, and also as part of your proposal. So you have a problem situation. Okay, you have a problem situation. And then you read a lot about this problem. Okay, you read probably from 5 years, the latest 5 years papers about the problem. And you tend to see that, oh, for the past 5 years, the problem has been addressed by using this methodological approach, which is a lot of these authors criticize that it is not sufficient enough to understand the problem situation and to come up with effective solutions. So you conceptualize that through methodology A, the problem can be discussed in much more effective way. Contohnya lah, okay, I bagi contoh. Later I bagi contoh my student, okay. Alright, so yeah, conceptualizing, which is you are trying to look how do you justify, okay? The simple word is how you justify, all right, a problem situation based on the factors, variables that influence that problem situation, okay? And you'll be doing this more further in CSP 750, okay? So I'm just trying to clarify some of the concept here. So differences, okay, I give you a case here to show the differences, okay? So abstraction, consider a mathematician working with the concept of triangle. In abstract terms, triangle is defined as polygon, three edges and three vertices. This is an abstraction because it doesn't refer to any specific triangle like a right triangle or equilateral triangle, nor the material properties of triangle like the color, etc. So the mathematician is not concerned with a triangle drawn on paper or a triangular block of wood. Instead, they focus on the idea of a triangle that applies universally. So abstract, yeah. So which means they are looking at a, let's say, abstraction on the surface. Abstract, you abstract things, you abstract. So kalau abstract dalam art pun dia subjektif, ya. Dia subjektif, dia tak go specific. So it depends on how you decipher it as the one who view it, okay? Conceptual. So now let's say an urban planner is considering the concept of public space, yeah. They are not merely abstracting, which would mean considering public space as merely an open area for public use. Okay. Instead, they apply conceptual thinking by understanding how public spaces contribute to community well-being, encourage social interaction, okay, reduce crime, and so forth, including the economics, the benches, the pathway, and everything. So conceptualizing is eventually contohnya lah, ya. if you are a fashion designer, okay, you you are given like a theme. Okay, ada agency kata, alright, I want you to participate in KL fashion show, and the theme is glam. Alright, glam. And I want you to come up with a design, a concept design for vertical tour. Alright, for example. Okay. So that is the concept. So whatever baju that you baju that you ask the model to model on a runway is actually based on your conceptualization, how this glam in a context of couture design looks like. So of course, bila you buat concept tu, you ada sketches and everything, you put colours and so forth. That is your conceptualization. And baju for a runway punya show doesn't mean that that baju you can wear every day, isn't it? Sometimes that kind of clothes is just for meant for exhibition for runway purpose. It doesn't mean that you buat baju untuk orang pakai. Sama juga macam buildings, ya. If you go to Barcelona, there are a lot of buildings that is not human conducive for living. Some buildings are merely art. Okay. Contohnya macam yalah dia jadi replika kan, building architecture. They just mesmerized because of that, you know, design of the architecture. And most of the architecture ada concept. Yeah. So now like you tengok residential yang premium punya residential sekarang ni ya, yang dekat puncak alam semua tu kan. Contohnya apa, Eco Gardens, all that. Dia ada konsep kan. Konsep dia apa? Konsep dia adalah not just a houses. You're not just building a house. You're building a community that you're building a community, a gated community. You're building a community where you have all kinds of facilities, you know, garden lah, eco lah, the word eco because you have these nice parks, you know, everybody can walk at the water fountain and so forth. So there is a theme there. So conceptualizing is more like you are curating, okay? You are curating a design. Okay, you're curating a design that actually helps to solve problem, tapi dalam bentuk perspektif yang holistic lah. Yeah. So we talk about smart, contohnya a smart home. What do you think about the smart home? Don't think about just the smart appliances, tapi the whole design of a smart home. That is conceptual thinking. Yeah. So dalam smart home patut ada apa? Smart appliances only? What about the design of the house itself? Yeah. How about the you build the sensors? Okay, apa lagi? You build like whether that house is you know accommodative to human living, for example. So all these contoh conceptual. Okay. So I hope that you boleh dah faham sikit ya conceptual thinking ni. Alright, so distinguish between the two example just now. Okay, so in the abstraction example, the process strips away the particulars and leaves the mathematician with the idea of a triangle. Okay, the abstract idea can be used in many different contexts, such as architectural design, art, or further mathematical theory development, because abstraction is just on the surface, so dia tak go in depth, okay, in details in which context whatsoever. In the conceptual thinking, the urban planner is doing more than simplifying an idea. They are integrating various abstract concepts like community, safety. So dia ada banyak variables and faktor. Okay, so if you are looking at a conceptual model, yeah, you are abstracting some of the factors, you borrow some of the factors from other theory, and you make assumptions by reducing it to theoretical, to hypothesis to justify how you address the problem situation. I pun tak tahu macam mana nak cakap in a very simple way ni ya. Okay. Tapi nanti saya tunjuk contoh. Okay. They must think about how abstract idea of a public space can be realized in a concrete way that addresses those broader social concepts. So talking about urban, tadi kita kata pasal yang public space tu ya. So public space is more than just a public space, but it's a community gatherings, is a you're talking about the economics, how you design in the landscape and everything. So conceptual thinking relies on abstraction. You abstract from other different ideas, other different factors, variables to include inside you punya design. Yeah, you punya concept. All right. And it becomes either a framework, okay, a framework or a model. So kalau you pernah buat framework, if you have done framework before, tak kira dalam in your working environment so forth, the factors that you put inside your framework, the variables that you put inside the framework, you abstract daripada mana? The abstractions tu datang daripada mana? Bukan ke daripada knowledge from other ideas, for example, yeah, practices. Okay, so from abstract to concrete thinking. So abstract idea for a program, what you want it to do, features you want it to have, you abstract. So you study, you baca banyak-banyak, you study banyak, it comes from experiences, from the interviews and everything, observations, so forth. And then once you have that, you conceptualize it, it becomes a algorithm, pseudocodes and everything, and you start coding the program, and it becomes the whole logical reasoning computational output, for example. Yeah. So concept formation. So just now is the conceptualization, is the process of forming the concept. So what is actually a concept formation? So concept formation is the process of integrating a series of features, okay, from class, ideas, and objects. So I'm sure you have heard this before if you are a CS student, yeah, class, object, okay. Kalau you belajar object oriented semua ni lah kan. So two steps in concept formation, differentiation and integration. So let's say lah your mother bagi you ingredients kan. Dia bagi you, dia lambatkan aja you ingredients. Lepas tu dia kata, okay, masak based on these ingredients. What you do? Of course, you try to make a concept formation, isn't it? What you want to do, you analyze first all these ingredients, okay? And you try to make match, okay, mix and match, okay. These ingredients dengan ingredients akan jadi masakan apa? This ingredient akan jadi masakan apa? So same goes to the process of differentiations and integration. You differentiate because of the different functions that the ingredients is giving to you. Okay, kalau kunyit campur ni boleh jadi masak apa? Contohnya, okay. So differentiation, which means you try to find, okay, similarities between the relationship, or perhaps in terms of the characteristics. Yeah. So integration is based on process. So combine and integrate. Okay, if let's say this related to this, what will happen? Contohnya. Okay. So looking at this very simple concept formation lah. So you kata, okay, daripada farm, okay, farm ni lembu-lembu kitchen semua, you jadi apa? Oh, you boleh fikir, okay, I boleh jadikan dia sebagai susu, I boleh jadikan dia sebagai cheese, apa lagi? Yogurt dan sebagainya. Lepas tu, to kitchen, it becomes like, you campur-campur ni, masak-masak jadi masakan. Faham tak everybody? Ini kan I try to explain in the most simplest way. Okay. Ini dia punya components lah, unit-unit dia. Dekat farm ni unit-unit dia. Lepas tu you peras susu apa semua, dapatkan ayam apa semua tu. Okay. You jadilah makanan ni. Tapi going to the kitchen, you process kan. You process benda tu, jadikan dia sebagai makanan. Fine dining, for example. Boleh ya everybody? That is concept formation. Okay. And also looking into categorizations. Kalau you tengok sini ya. Okay. Whales, kita kata whales ni mammal, alright. Ataupun kita kata ikan, okay. So, okay, whales are not fish, are mammals, sampailah ke me, human being. So, concept formation, why this is important? Why concept formation is important? You rasa? Dalam konteks of dalam konteks of technology. Why do you think concept formation? Where can we see concept formation ni? Sebab concept formation ni sangat penting, dia punya taxonomy dia, ya. Related to apa? You rasa taxonomy ni related to apa? You nak build sistem apa yang you perlukan concept formation ni? Anybody? Ada idea? Ada idea tak? Taxonomy knowledge ni. Yang macam ni. Kalau you think about computerization process, ya, what do you think? What this thing relate to? Kamu tak ada idea, ya? Okey lah, kalau I tunggu sampai esok boleh tak jawab kan? Okay. So, in computing, taxonomy, kita panggil dia, ya, knowledge ni macam ni, ya, knowledge formation macam ni, taxonomy, ontology, okay. It helps in building a database. Database, ya. So, contohnya database, okay, sistem yang, okay, contoh knowledge based system, ya, knowledge based system. So kalau you tengok knowledge based system, Britannica ke, ada encyclopedia ke, okay, they need to have this, alright, they need to have this. Contohnya macam database apa ya, yang I pernah tengok, saya lupa dah. Makanan, kalau you tengok macam database yang contohnya untuk Quran, okay, they have to study the ontology, okay, the taxonomy, because you nak retrieve, ya, you nak search, you nak filter, you nak retrieve guna whatever keywords or strings or boolean or whatsoever, kan. As a programmer, okay, as a designer of the system, you need to get this thing right, concept formation, which is taxonomy dia kena betul. So there are people who work who are expert in knowledge management. This is what the task they have to do. Tak kira lah dia nak buat pasal ubat-ubat ke, dia nak buat pasal herbs ke, plants ke, whatsoever, kan, dia nak buat database of plants, for example. Dia kena kategoriskan, plants macam ni beracun, plant macam ni tak beracun, plants macam ni apa kategori plants dia. Dia kena study semua tu, ya, botani, contohnya ethnobotany, dia nak buat sistem tu ethnobotany. So dia kena ada classification ni, kita kata classification, so differentiation and integration. Do you understand everybody? Faham, ya?
Dia Doktor, dia macam OOP lah, ya, object oriented.
Apa dia macam?
Object oriented.
Lebih kurang, ya.
Kelas.
Okay. So tapi bila you buat sistem yang ada knowledge management ni, ya, is a very large system because you have to study all kinds of species and everything. Contohnya ethnobotany, because if I remember, there's one student who look into that, okay, PhD student. Dia kena buat classification tu, ya, plants, herbs, dia kena study. So I think the second supervisor is a botanist, expert di dalam botanis, sebab dia kena buat classification ni sebelum dia come up with the system, ya, search engine untuk for dia punya sistem prototype tu. So contribution dia adalah this part lah for her PhD. This is at PhD level. At masters by research, you cannot do that. It's too extensive. Okay, right? Okay, so system of classification, yes, you have to do this, yeah. Even for Quran pun, Quran, if you want to do search engine for Quran, yeah, Quran verses and everything, you have to do this as well, yeah. Concept formation, okay. Alright, so another one, okay, model. This is a very popular word when you go to CSP 750. What is the theoretical model? What is your conceptual model? Where is your framework? Okay, so a model is representation of some aspect of reality. Okay, so you tengok contoh lah kalau you biasa pergi tengok apa real estate exhibition kan. Dia tak tunjuk lah building yang sebenarnya, dia tunjuk apa? Dia punya replika sahaja. But replica is a true measurement of how the building is going to look like. So you nampak lah dalam tu apa bendanya semua kan. So this is a normal situation where you go to real estate exhibition. Okay. But okay, there are different types of model in the academic world and also how you address a problem situation. Okay, so it can be a mathematical model. So as I said, problem situation, if it's objective, very precise. You can model it through mathematics, statistical, fuzzy logic, all kinds of numbering expression. That it will be easier. So computational thinking usually adopt this mathematical model. Ya, sebab dia matematik, dia asal dia pun matematik komputer ni. Dia ada 1 0. Okay, macam tu. Alright, so however, we also have abstract model or conceptual model, which is based on theoretical construct that represent physical biology. So concept like MC square, yeah, theorem Pythagoras, apa lagi, all those formulas is actually abstract model that derive from mathematical model. They're trying to, say that if you times these factors, you get this, then that. So yeah, actually mathematicians, they think a lot in abstract. Yeah, otherwise dia memang tak boleh nak buat formula and everything. Okay, so the use of model. So dalam model ada variables. Ini kita katakan variables ni. Perceived usefulness, perceived ni semua adalah variables. Yeah, so how the theories, okay, derive to these variables? First, dia kena buat abstraction. Okay, based on the observation, ingat lagi deduction, induction process, ya. And then after that, abstraction. Lepas tu dia akan tengok these factors. So these factors ni based on the observation, recurrence. So dia akan tengok theoretical yang lain. So dia akan adopt that. And then they try to make relationship. So arrow ni bukan sahaja ya, bukan aesthetic value you suka hati nak tak arrow ni tak. Dia ada meaning. Okay, so external variables can be a mediator to this, can be a direct influence. So it depends on how you argue it. So as a PhD researcher, if you are a researcher, okay, these are the things that you have to come up. So you look at this, for example, this is TAM, yeah, Technology Acceptance Model. So you want to research about technology acceptance model using TAM to research about how elderly accept technology. So you tengoklah, you akan measure this variable, attitude of the elderly, behavior intention to use of the elderly, actual system use. Okay, so you buatlah eksperimen semua ni berdasarkan model ni. So model ni memang dah orang kata dah concrete lah. But let's say you want to come up with a new model, you want to say that, oh, this model actually not good enough. Okay, why? Because you kata lah, actually attitude towards using ni, there is some indicator by other researchers saying that this is this. So based on your observation, not the case in Malaysia. So you can argue that. Okay. So if you look at this business model, there are also variables and factors. So after maybe years of practices or perhaps readings and everything, people come up with this business model saying that, okay, there's a value proposition, value capture, value delivery. So these are the models that eventually some people rely on. This is conceptual thinking. Yeah? How do you see a successful business model? So you kata, okay, based on my experience and reading, these are the value proposition. And then how you validate this model, you buatlah sedikit experimental work ataupun, you buat survey ke apa ke to prove your model ni. Okay, so usually as a PhD researcher, what you are doing is actually to prove the model. Whatever you are saying, okay, the model that you propose, you kena prove lah whether betul ke tak betul. Okay, so these are some of these mathematical models for brain tumor, yeah. If I'm not mistaken, this is a brain tumor calculation. So you masuk dalam machine learning and everything kan, dia akan keluarlah some of the analysis, diagnosis and everything. But back end, inilah rupa expression mathematicalnya. Okay, contoh lah ya. Alright. Okay, so conceptual thinking. Okay, this one is my former student already graduated. Okay, so maybe because you guys are CS709, okay, maybe not related to your program, but I just want to show you how PhD students conceptualize, yeah, the process of conceptualization and how it becomes a proposed model. And then they will do some kind of experimental work or, survey using statistical analysis and everything to prove the model. So these are basically before she came out with this model, she did some preliminary work with the indigenous people. Okay, so even preliminary work, the survey that she's doing is actually, survey question too is validated. So dia tak buat survey question on her own. Dia ambil survey question tu daripada validated questionnaire from other researchers. And then they customize according to the problem that she wants to look at. So she's looking at the problem of technology usage. What are the factors that will influence the technology usage for the indigenous group? So with this model, it is hoped that people will look into various factors before they can introduce or develop technology for these indigenous people. Interesting, isn't it? Yeah. So she found out based on the preliminary, based on the survey, based on the interview with the indigenous group, inilah faktor yang menyebabkan, whether they adopt technology or they reject technology. Contohnya. Okay, so finding stage 2 adalah, okay, based on this problem situation, she trying to come up with a conceptual model whereby all these factors, okay, based on what she have found, some of the issues and challenges, alright, and then she try to come out, okay, asal dia daripada TEM ya, kalau tengok asal model ni daripada TEM tadi, tapi dia modify to suit into the problem situation of this technology usage from indigenous perspective. So dia tengok sini ya, okay, so setiap variable ni dia ada moderating variable, dia ada independent, mediator. So you akan, this one you kena baca banyak sikit lah ya. So faktor, okay, task based, effect based, cultural based. So yang merah ni adalah additional construct as compared to yang hitam ni adalah daripada existing model. So as a PhD researcher, doesn't mean that you have to develop model totally new. Kita tak encourage on that because kita bukan Albert Einstein or whatsoever kan. It's just a student. So you are actually extend from the existing model. You modify. Okay, so inilah modification yang dia buat and she has to prove it through experimental work dan sebagainya and then prove this relationship. So this relationship yang merah-merah ni is based on hypothesis. Okay, interesting, isn't it? I just want to give you some motivation. Don't stop here. Go for your PhD if you can. Yeah. So another one, ni complicated lah. Ni sangat complicated. So conceptual model development with hypothesis testing. Okay, modeling the resilient capability in e-government using human-centric approach. Okay, a case study in Malaysia public sector. She's also graduated already. Alright, so you tengok sini ya, the basis of the model ni, you tengok dia ada banyak concept formation, organization factor. Dia kata, okay, what influence human-centric ni untuk modeling resilience capability. Dia resilience capability ni maksudnya how effective is the data recovery planning lah. Okay. So dalam konsep formation dia, okay, organizational factor ni di-influence oleh innovative culture, mechanical structure, transformation, transactional leadership style. So ini datang daripada mana, suka-suka hati dia ke tak? Dia datang daripada readings, other theoretical framework, okay, that people talk about resilience capability. So intention determinant, okay. So that intention determinant some of the variables that she wants to look into. Okay, social competence and macam-macam lah. Problem solving skills is also part of how data recovery plan can be effective. Okay, so di mana human centric approach dia? Dekat sini ya, behavior. So you see the concept formation tu, nampak ya? And then these are hypothesis yang dia nak prove tu. Memang complicated lah dia punya ni. So ini adalah daripada theory of planned behavior because she address about human. Human yang akan become the driving force. How successful is the data recovery planning? You ada policy tapi nak execute tu siapa? Machine ke human? Human lah kan. So she works on that particular problem situation. Okay? Alright everybody, ada rasa nak buat PhD lepas ni? Okay?
Saya rasa saya kenal student doktor yang buat ni.
Aisyah, dia dah jadi pengarah dah?
Dia masih KPP rasanya.
Oh,
Ketua
ya.
penolong pengarah.
Okay, yeah, she's very good. Yeah, I think the most complicated PhD work.
So, tengok ni pun memang complicated ni.
Yes. But she excel, yeah. She excel. My student ni pun, okay, international examiner dia bagi dia some of the parts to maximum marks, yeah. She's very good in this, yeah. Aisyah pun sama. Okay, so I think I'm lucky to have two good PhD students. So the upcoming one is from Nigeria, who's doing on cybersecurity. Tak tahulah apa outcome dia, so hopefully he's also going to, excel in his PhD work. Okay, so just to show you how conceptualization process, abstraction, and concept formation is being done, yeah? Maybe because you're a first semester, you macam blur-blur lagi kan apa semua, tapi I think as you go by, as you read more papers, as you attempt more subjects, I don't know whether your subject is highly technical or highly I'm not sure because I'm not in your program actually. I'm in the program of IT, so these are my students under IT. Tapi whatever PhD that you are doing, if let's say you do some kind of technicalities pun, okay, you still need to have conceptual model. You still need to have conceptual framework, yeah, to show your PhD output, because that philosophy thing, okay, Doctor of Philosophy, ini adalah filosofi dia. Ni semua ni filosofi dia, okay. Alright, so conceptual thinking and problem solving. Okay, so apa beza dia conceptual thinking, divergent thinking, convergent thinking that we have discussed last week? So conceptual thinking doesn't mean that it challenge assuming that if there is not a problem, there is no need for improvement. Tidak. So it means that challenging existing processes and procedures in order to improve them. So that's what you see the PhD yang tadi tu ya. Dia bukan kata tak betul ataupun tak ada langsung ya. Kita tak boleh kata tak ada langsung dalam dunia ni yang address about resilience capability. Cannot lah. So you are just challenging the existing processes and you try to prove it with hypothetical discussion, yeah. Looking for the common factors in different situations and using modifying previously. So whatever model that you saw just now is actually adapting and modifying from the existing model. So dia tak adapt daripada satu model ya, dia akan adapt daripada model-model yang berbeza, okay, according to what theory that you use to justify that problem situation. Yeah, listening to new ideas and recognizing their value in solving problems. Yes, integrating and applying different ideas, approaches to accomplish a goal. So I think if you are a designer in a software engineering environment, yeah, software development and so forth, your conceptual thinking must be apa orang kata high in reasoning, because if you design, for example, like a smart car like Tesla and everything, what kind of conceptual design that you want to convey to the consumer? Is it just a car, or is it just the whole, is it you want to come up with a whole experience of driving that smart car? So Tesla is not just a brand that is a apa orang kata a luxury brand, tapi they give you the driving experience that no other brands can give you, for example. Sebab tu dia punya design tu lain sikit. Dalam tu ya, interior, what are the economics dalam tu ya. And then in fact the design of the car itself, the interior, the exterior, they give details on that just to make sure that your driving experience is totally different. Yeah. So divergent thinking, how different is divergent thinking? So divergent thinking using imaginations, idea, okay, also called creative thinking. So if you are in the art and design industry, you need to have divergent thinking all the time, because you need to set values from your competitors. Yeah, added value, extra value, creativity. Convergent thinking is using logic. Most of us using convergent thinking is facts, yeah, answers. So in academia, we use a lot of this convergent thinking, unless your work is a combination of convergent and divergent, which is divergent, usually think out of the box. If you're in the industry, you're a practitioner, okay, you have to be both on the both sides, yeah, on the both sides. But if you are just sitting in a development team and so forth, yeah, probably convergent thinking is very much exercised in your environment. Okay. All right, so enough of conceptual thinking. I've given you the sample, so hopefully some of you might extend to PhD, okay, in the next future. All right, so what is technological thinking? Now, after you have done the conceptual thinking, you dah ada framework and everything, now you're talking about technological thinking. So technological thinking has been in the community, in the society, ever since Aristotle, yes, ever since Aristotle. So you know that Aristotle ni philosopher zaman Greek dulu, okay? So Aristotle philosophy range from not just on the mathematics, metaphysics, yeah, ethics, logic, science, politics, and so forth. So he's kind of genius, yeah. Okay, so what does Aristotle talk about technology? Bila masa tu, okay, masa zaman Roman tu, okay, I think zaman Roman tu adalah zaman dia panggil, is it Renaissance? Bukan Renaissance, zaman knowledge, ya, knowledge berkembang. Okay, so yeah, so Aristotle, konsep filosofi dia, okay, and masih lagi diguna pakai zaman sekarang, because this is the basis, yeah, this is the basis of high thinking order. So walaupun teknologi taklah berkembang di sana, tapi teknologi ikut zaman tu lah, ya. Okay, so Aristotle Organization of the Science, he says that dia ada 4 benda, ya, 4 dia kata empat kotak lah, 4 kotak kat situ. Okay, dia kata, okay, science is organized based on material, okay, formal cost, efficient cost, and also the final cost. So what are the material? Material is the subject matter. So it can be categorized theoretical sciences. Okay, kalau theoretical sciences, what are the substances using to create that material? Okay, practical. Okay, material tu dia boleh buat apa? Apa function dia? Productive. Okay, how you can, from that material, what you can create? Artifacts. Yeah. So methods tu adalah apa? Tools. Alright, tools. Instruments. Okay. Formal cost. So methods. So how you going to process the materials? Alright, contohnya guna, kalau daripada segi theoretical, induction, deduction, you come up with theoretical model, theoretical framework and so forth. Yeah. Practical. Alright. pembuatan. Okay, deliberations about variables and opinions. So how you're going to go about it, how you're going to do it. Yeah. So productive technique of construction. Macam mana? Macam mana nak buat tu? You nak create tools ke? You nak create another instrument ke? Supaya material tu dijadikan sebagai satu artifact. Ya. So efficient cost, cognitive faculty. Alright. So of course, when you want to do something, you have to have knowledge. Macam mana pula you buat research dalam IT, you tak ada knowledge dalam IT, tak boleh lah. You nak buat research dalam cyber security, you have to have knowledge on cyber security. You nak buat baju, you kena pandai ukur baju, buat ukur, you kena pandai pasal fashion, knowledge ya. Epistemology. So the word, the bombastic word, so lepas ni kalau you kata you nak sembang-sembang dengan kawan you, okay, instead of say knowledge, you cakap lah the word epistemology. Nampaklah sikit you ni master student ya. Gunalah perkataan yang bombastic sikit. So okay, knowledge or epistemology. So kalau you came across the word epistemology tu, janganlah terkejut. So it actually means of knowledge ya. Okay, so theoretical, of course, you kena baca banyak, alright, on the knowledge side. Okay, practical wisdom, practices. So sometimes knowledge ni bukan setakat you baca je. Sometimes knowledge can come from everyday's observation, experiences, ya, practical wisdom. Sebab tu kadang-kadang orang, contohnya silat kan, silat ni you baca buku ke? Mana ada orang baca buku manual nak belajar silat kan? Silat ni is about practical wisdom, isn't it? You practice. Kalau you tak praktik, macam mana you nak jadi, you know, silat tu sebab you tengok cerita kungfu semua tu kan. Pagi-pagi lagi cikgu dia dah ajar macam-macam kan. Alright, so productive sciences, so art, okay, teknik, maksud dia teknik, okay. Alright, so aim adalah final course. Apa kejadian dia? Alright, so theoretical science, final course is to know how. So which means we want to find out, okay, what is it? Okay, what is the solutions? Right? Practical is to act upon the solutions. How to act on the solutions. Okay, productive sciences, okay, how to make the things to become the final product. So dia dah susun macam ni ya, nampak macam simple tapi kita tengok how it applies in the real world ya. Okay, so yeah, so ideology of technology, it comes from formal, material, efficient, and to the final. And also there is a factors of nature in between, okay? And how does this technological thinking helps in you know, in coming up with a product? For example, all right, Aristotle for courses tadi, material cost, dia nak buat meja. Contohnya konsep dia nak buat meja. Meja apa? Alright, the material cost, of course, a table's material cost is wood. Yeah. The formal cost, the form in which the thing is arranged. Macam mana you nak form dia, table ni? Adakah flat je ke? Adakah table tu bercorak-corak ke? So, bila you nak tahu the formal cost, you need to know the function of a table. A function of a table is what? To write, to eat. Yeah. So, nowadays, yeah, if let's say you talk about the public space just now, I relate to the public space, yeah. The concept of okay, smart city lah. Sorry. Smart city, the concept of smart city. Okay, sebab you all ni teknologi kalau bagi meja je, tak boleh nak relate kan. The concept of smart city. So meja you nampak ya, formal cost dia adalah okay. The idea of an elevated that surface is very simple. Meja, boleh ke meja? Meja boleh jadi segi empat, bulat, tapi a flat surface baru dia jadi meja. Kalau menggelembung macam tu, dia tak boleh jadi meja. Sebab the function of a table is actually for you to put things on top of the table. Sama ada you put things ke, or you duduk atas table tu, doesn't matter. Okay, but the main function is to use the table for a flat surface. Going back to the concept of smart city, do you think smart city only consists of technology, ubiquitous computing, everything sensors, everything IoT? Do you think so? What is the concept of smart city in your ideas, from your ideas?
Efficiency.
Anyone? Apa dia?
Efficient city.
What is it? Give me example. Your concept formation or smart city. Ni I selalu masukkan dalam test ya. Aristotle for courses ni. So what is smart city? Does it mean that smart city ni only consists of like IoT, ubiquitous computing? You know ubiquitous computing, computing everywhere. All kinds of technology. Adakah the word smart ni only cater for technology? Kalau you are the designer of a smart city, matilah kalau you design a smart city, tiba semua teknologi je. What is the concept formation of smart city? Anyone? Come on.
Energy saving.
Okay, you talk about energy saving. Alright, okay, lagi?
Reduce cost.
Reduce cost.
Yep.
Okay, satu, itu one of the small factors. Okay, energy saving, reduce cost. Lagi?
Efficiency macam fokus dia nak build society 5.0. Where technological advancement akan membantu society untuk go on their everyday life.
Still technology. See, I still see technology there. Because your concept of smart city, okay, macam mana ya? Itulah. Kesian juga orang Malaysia ni. Okay. Dia punya konsep dia always think about technology ya. Sebab tu kita belum negara maju lagi ya. Smart city, if you look into smart city definition of overseas ya, like Australia, negara-negara maju ni, they don't just look on the technology. So from your answers, bukan tak betul, okay? Tapi maksud dia kalau the project is given to you, you only think about technology, but you do not think about the symbiosis between the living things and nature. So smart city doesn't mean that you use technology to make things efficient. Tapi smart city also look into how balanced it is. Yeah? The technology, the infrastructure with the nature. Barulah kita panggil smart. So technology is not the only factors that make the city smart. You faham tak? You tengok balik definition of smart city ya. Tapi Malaysia ni bila kata definition of smart city semua lah teknologi, wifi lah, 5G lah, segala-galanya, sensor, surveillance semua tu for safety, security dan sebagainya ya. But they tend to forget. So imagine kalau I mengajar, I don't emphasize you to think about environment, about nature, about the interaction between habitats, yeah? Habitats and the infrastructure that you're going to build, you're going to ruin the concept of smart city. So I hope kalau you, antara you ni masuk dalam majlis pembandaran ke apa, tolonglah ya, brainwash sikit. Sometimes we often forget. Bukan sometimes, usually we often forget. Yeah, we are living. We should develop a community and ecosystem that is balanced between development and also nature. Of course, you talk about energy saving and everything. Okay, you kata okay, pakai solar, pakai ini, pakai itu. Okay, fine. But how you design it, the landscape, the town planning, adakah kalau you baca yang Australia punya smart city ya, as simple as dia bina wire elektrik kan? Because Australia is also populated with natural habitats. Okay, dia buka kawasan baru, of course dia akan ada efek kepada habitats animals dia. Contohnya wallabies, kangaroos, koala and everything. And you can see that even nowadays with the deforestation, koalas is finding foods at the commercial residential, yeah. And because of the opening of roads, okay, a lot of these animals being run down by cars, vehicles. Ya, dia nak cross jalan. Masalahnya jalan tu lah yang dia selalu lalu, tiba-tiba you buat highway kat situ. Of course lah kan, macam gajah ya. I think in Thailand ya, what they did was dia bina jalan raya atas laluan gajah. I think that is a very good good approach. Ya, sebab you tahu ya, gajah ni dia jalan yang dia lalu adalah jalan yang dilalui oleh ancestors dia. Dia dah tahu dah itu jalan dia. Tapi you buka ladang kelapa sawit lah, you buka jalan raya lah, of course lah dia akan lalu jalan tu dia punya. Tapi you study tak? You study tak how to minimize the apa orang kata the effect to the nature, to the animal. Sebab tu I think nowadays ya, people start looking into the symbiosis of nature and development. Because in Malaysia, I don't think ministers are looking into that. Yeah. So smart city is not just on the technology, tapi how you make the technology itu tidak apa orang kata tidak menyebabkan kita punya ekosistem tu terganggu. So back in Australia, wire electric tu dia buat tinggi ya, dia buat tinggi supaya the butterflies population. Okay, contohnya kalau butterflies tu dia ada tempat yang dia boleh bertinggi tu, okay dia akan bertinggi kat situ. Alright. So dia nak avoid contohnya butterfly tu terbang rendah and then terkena wiper. So matilah. Okay. So to the extent so I think the electric wires tu dia buat yang apa kurang renjatan lah kan. Sebab butterfly tu dia hinggap aja. Okay, dia hinggap aja. So dia nak avoid to that. And then of course dia apa untuk yang wallabies and everything tu dia akan buat sensor. Okay, dia akan alert. Okay, ada dekat traffic light tu dekat alert. Oh, dia sense ada binatang nak lalu apa semua, so they have to stop. Kat Malaysia ada tak? Ada sensor tak? Dia letak signboard je gajah lalu, lembu lalu. Tapi orang just, laju. Because we don't have the attitude to sayang all these habitats, tak ada. Yeah, even in India and everything. So it's a conflict, yeah, conflict living between the nature and also human being. So kita tak fikir. Kita always fikir smart city is about technology sahaja. So the formal cost, yeah, okay. So efficiency, the mover that causes the thing to be or happen. So efficient cost, siapa yang akan membuat benda tu kejadian tu jadi major? Of course, a carpenter. So if you want to build a smart city, jangan panggil orang teknologi. Panggil pelbagai orang. Panggil environmentalist, panggil architecture. Ada juga arkitek yang memang ke arah sustainability semua tu. Panggil yang expert. Don't just talk about technology. Yeah. They don't care about this environment. They only care about money. Yeah. Ogah dengan teknologi yang ada. Yeah. Tapi ada tak you buat teknologi sensor untuk okay, ada binatang lalu lah. Okay, stop. Ada tak dua kat Malaysia ni? Nothing. Yeah. How do you construct the road? Adakah road tu you construct atas jalan gajah nak lalu? Yeah, especially pembukaan hutan-hutan ni kan. Adakah dia boleh hilangkan habitats? Like bees ya, bees. Dalam Quran pun kata bees ni, lebah ni tidak boleh dibunuh. Sebab lebah ni adalah binatang yang binatang ke serangga yang memberi banyak manfaat kepada manusia. But now the population of bees is declining because of rapid development. So in some of the modern these advanced countries, what they do is that dia guna bangunan-bangunan ya dijadikan sebagai sarang tebuan. So it's a city bees, dipanggil city bees. Ada dokumentari pasal tu ya, sebab dia tak nak bees ni population dia hilang. Bila population dia semakin berkurangan, what happen to our food supply? Okay, so itu part of dia punya smart city planning ya. Apa maksud dia? You balance kan kehidupan tu. Okay, you have rapid development and everything, tapi at the same time, these habitats you make sure it doesn't obsolete lah. Contohnya. So you kena banyak tengok dokumentari yang macam ni lah to take views, especially if you are a town planner ke apa ke kan, and kita pun kena aware of that. Kita kena cakna, kita kena jadi masyarakat yang membaca, observant, and also to change Malaysia ni, to change the mindset of the Malaysia. Nowadays, I think the government, tukar banyak government pun sama je dia punya mindset, ya. We want a new mindset. So you guys are the new ones, ya. Alright, so the final cause, the purpose to which the thing exists. So major untuk apa? Untuk place food or things. So smart city untuk apa? Sepatutnya smart city tu, as I said, is creating a symbiosis of between nature and living things. So living things itu bukan manusia sahaja, tapi animals. Animals, okay, serangga ke apa ke yang membawa manfaat kepada manusia. Because manusia dia tak boleh hidup within concrete buildings. Where is the oxygen? You nak hidup udara carbon dioxide je ke? Sebab tu nowadays people talk about vertical garden. Pernah dengar perkataan vertical garden? They talk about urban agriculture. You know, hydroponics and everything. So which means you duduk dekat kayangan pun, flat ke apa ke, you still boleh tanam pokok, boleh, with the hydroponic, tak payah tanah apa semua tu. Betul tak? You pernah dengar tak vertical garden, ada tak buat hydroponic ke apa ke? Ada? Tak ada? Vertical garden? Pernah dengar?
Pernah dengar.
Kan? That concept, vertical garden tu, konsep tu datang daripada smart city. Sebab dalam city yang smart tu bukan penuh dengan teknologi, tapi you perlukan green. So ramai orang duduk kat kondo, apartment. So dia perkenalkan lah, okay? Dia perkenalkan lah macam mana you boleh buat urban agriculture. Small garden di dalam rumah, okay? Tak payah nak pergi pasar just because you nak beli cili padi. Tanamlah sendiri, contohnya kan. But how to tanam? Oh, you guna IoT, you guna hydroponics, sensor, everything, kan? Tu, okay? Alright. Okay, so ni you baca lah ya. Alright, so early conception of technology. So daripada Aristotle tadi, okay, ini konsep dia. So which is knowledge come from non-theoretical and also theoretical. So theoretical adalah konsep-konsep yang you belajar daripada buku lah. Okay, knowledge tu. Contohnya formulas, physics, biology, chemistry and all that, okay? Tapi non-theoretical, for example, like daripada practical, knowledge daripada practical. Contohnya knowledge nenek moyang kita kan, kita bukukan, contohnya petua-petua. Sebenarnya nenek moyang kita tu, betul-betul tu datang daripada mana? Knowledge yang implicit, maksud dia daripada observant dia. Contohnya dia kata, oh kalau mandi hujan, nanti demam. Sebab apa? Hujan asid. Dia tak tahu hujan tu asid sebab dia tak ada knowledge. Tapi dia perhatikan, oh kalau tiap kali mandi hujan demam. So dia kata jangan mandi hujan. Okay? Tapi kalau dia kata, kalau anak dara duduk depan pintu lambat kahwin. Kahwin dengan orang tua. Apa sebab dia cakap macam tu? Okay? Adakah itu based on observant? Ataupun dia kata tak manis, anak dara duduk depan tangga, orang lalu lalang tengok. Okay, itu hanya dia sebagai kiasan sahaja. So non-theoretical knowledge sometimes can also be part of contribution to the knowledge due to the practice, practice and then common recurrence patterns, how the knowledge is being built. So kadang knowledge is being built tu based on observation, So non-theoretical can be practical, for example, like ethics, art, okay, productive like rhetoric dan sebagainya, okay. So according to Aristotle, okay, knowledge ni dia ada division. Contohnya teknik tu teknik lah, okay. Phronesis, practicality. So knowledge that comes from practical. Knowledge comes from teknik you knowledge, okay. You build tools, instruments dan sebagainya. Principle action to engage, praxis. So how do you apply the knowledge, okay? Dekat konteks apa? Macam mana you apply that knowledge? How? Okay. Another one, alright. So technology, technique and craft. So apa beza technology, technique and craft? Okay, so because in IT, some technology is built untuk for example untuk crafting. Contohnya sekarang you ada batik. Batik dulu as a craft kan, tapi sekarang ni because of mass production batik dah jadi apa? You bina machines ya untuk mass produce batik. Okay, tak samalah dengan tangan tu. Okay, tangan tu kualiti tinggi. Sama juga macam songket. Ya. So people are looking into various ways on how to mass produce. Okay, asalnya daripada craft. Labu sayung. Labu sayung also craft. Ya, tapi guna mesin untuk produce mass production. Of course the quality tu tak samalah. Apa lagi? Okay, so itu contoh lah ya. Craft is the practical application of an art. Okay, so technique. Is a combination of scientific knowledge, physical law, and also the application. So automation. So you ada craft. Okay, macam mana you nak mass produce? Guna apa? Teknik apa? Mesin apa? Okay. Okay, so knowledge also is being built through skills, tools, application of machines, designing, manufacturing of machines and all that. So technology. So overall, kita kata technology is the usage and knowledge of tools, technique, craft, system or methods of organization in order to solve a problem. So sometimes in order for you to solve a problem, you kena bina tools, instruments, yeah, to solve the problem situation. Sometimes you kena bina tools atau instrument yang apa? Yang contohnya yang memang you kena buat tools tu. Kalau tidak you memang tak solve the problems. Right? For example like kalau problem situation tu you just boleh conceptualize saja model to prove that factors and everything, you guna mathematical model or statistical model. So kalau yang perlukan intervention in terms of tools and instruments, then you have to do that. Okay? Contohnya like internet banking. Dan namanya internet banking, so you kena bina sistem lah. So that is the tool. Yeah. Okay. Alright. So technical thinking versus technological thinking. So dalam sistem education kita pun kita dah nampak ya. Technical thinking is more on TVET. So a lot of boys, they don't like all this practical knowledge, theoretical knowledge. Dia tak boleh nak baca buku. Yeah. Alright, so you are one of a kind yang comes into education, taking a master's program, which is you have to read a lot. Okay, so you are one of a kind. Okay, but some people they just can't. They just bukan sebab dia tak minat belajar, tapi dia tak suka membaca. Dia lebih suka practicality. Dia lebih suka knowledge to comes with practitioner because they are practitioner. They don't know about research. They don't want to know about research because as a practitioner, time is money, you know. They want to do things based on what they see. So kalau you talk to the industry, academia and industry, sometimes we have conflicting views sebab industry ni dia time based ya. Dia punya timeline tu very rapid, agile prototype dan sebagainya. Dia tak nak research ni, dia kata buang masa. Buat, okay, test. Kalau negative response, iterate balik design tu. Senang, habis cerita. Academician ni buat research, at the end of the day, mana produk dia tak nampak. Itu dia punya argument. Okay? Just wasting time on the research. But there are certain things that you have to do R&D. For example, like medical, ya. Ataupun you nak come up with new substances. Ataupun, you know, daripada pokok ni dijadikan herbs lah dan sebagainya. You perlukan masa untuk R&D. Even kosmetik pun ya. Kosmetik ni. Okay. A lot of Malaysians ni kaya dengan OEM punya kosmetik. Betul tak? Yang ada mercury dalam tu. You buatlah marketing yang havoc dan sebagainya, orang beli. Tapi adakah R&D di situ? Ada R&D tak di situ? You rasalah kosmetik yang lokal ni ada R&D ke?
Tak
Ladies?
semua.
Tak
Setakat
semua.
pengalaman saya kan doktor, saya menjual barang-barang kosmetik part time kan. Dia beli daripada kilang. Macam mana? Kebanyakan produk kosmetik ni dia ada satu sos yang sama.
Betul. Ya. Yeah. You know why? Sebab tu ya, bila boycotting ni, okay, boycotting ni, especially someone like me who's into skincare, I don't buy local. Yeah, I don't buy local products because there are so many uncertainty in terms of the ingredients and a lot of them is OEM. So orang kaya ni, influencer ni, I don't think dia pakai dia punya produk tu ya, believe me. Because they know what's the ingredients inside. I don't think they want to rosakkan their face. Okay. But the marketing is good lah, very convincing and so forth. But if you look at the giant company like Estee Lauder, apa lagi, Clinique, all these companies, yeah, they have done research for many years. I once a customer of Estee Lauder for like 8 years, yeah. Estee Lauder has been in the industry for like 3 decades, 30 tahun, 40 tahun, yeah. So the products tu, dia dah undergo a lot of R&D. So whatever products that they come up with, kita yakin sebab dia dah memang ada R&D dia. Yeah? And all the ingredients that they put in is basically a very safe ingredient. Tak ada mercury, tak ada apa. You pakai lama-lama pun muka you mungkinlah jadi flawless sikit lah kan. Macam tu. So you want to change the local product that you don't know where does it come from, rosak muka. And kerosakan tu sometimes it will affect your internal, dengan macam-macam ubatnya, whatever it is, yeah. So yeah, so that's the thing, okay? Right. So bila you nak boycott ni, cuba cari produk yang safe sikit lah, ya. Because yeah, I know a lot of us kaya with this OEM produced type of product, tapi itulah ya, in terms of R&D, okay? Alright. So technical thinking, alright. TVET, okay, TVET ni, kenapa kerajaan perkenalkan TVET? Because tak semua orang suka baca buku. Frankly speaking, yeah. Some people are very good in, developing instruments, tools, and then some people are good in practical. Dia skill-based lah, skill-based. Ya. Dia tak suka baca tapi suka skill-based. Kalau tak ada skill-based, tak adalah you bagi kereta tu yang apa, automation semua tu. So kalau you nak jadi foreman, ya, yang terbaik adalah buka kereta tu belajar daripada you ambil diploma. Sebab kadang-kadang you ambil diploma pun kan, at the end of the day you still have to do practical, betul tak? So daripada experience that you accumulate tu barulah you jadi a good mechanic. Okay? TVET. STEM, technological thinking, STEM. Ni I nak differentiate ya between kandungan dia. Technical, TVET. Kalau technological, STEM. STEM ni kenapa STEM? Okay, science and technology. Sebab dia ada pengetahuan sains, the knowledge, the epistemology of science into the technology. Sebab teknologi ni very vast. You boleh buat instrument, you boleh buat tools, at the same time you boleh come up with a framework, model dan sebagainya. Asas dia adalah sains. Technological problem using cognitive skills, planning, preparation, decision making. Technical skill ni guna tools, instrument, develop tools, instrument sahaja. More practical. Beza ya? Sebab tu ada beza dari segi kalau you ada TVET dengan CJ yang ke arah teknologi. Kalau CJ ke arah teknologi ni diploma, jazah, ya. TVET ni CJ. Kemudian daripada TVET baru dia masuk ke sini, ya. Nampak tak? Okay, I'm trying to show to you perbezaan, ya. Okay, alright. So kalau anak you suka TVET, tak apalah bagi dia masuk TVET. Okay, sebab dia tak suka baca. Alright. So what technology is making of us? What can we make of technology? Adakah teknologi menjadikan kita semakin malas? Ya. Adakah teknologi menjadikan kita semakin rajin? Adakah teknologi deteriorate our health? Adakah with all these AI intelligent tools will make creativity go down the drain? Adakah with these AI tools, you guys feel that it going to threaten your career? Sebenarnya tak pun, ya. Siapa yang develop AI tu? Bukan ke manusia. So we still need creative people to develop more intelligent machines in the future. Okay, so what technology is making of us? Okay, so here, classic conception of technology is being constructed around a conception of the good. So technology, sometimes we're not just looking to how we want to create technology, but the process. Yeah. So kadang-kadang teknologi dah sedia ada, tapi tak cukup bagus lagi. What you do, you re-engineer balik. Okay, or you develop a new technology with a new process dan sebagainya. So contoh macam saya selalu bagi contoh macam Kodak ya. Business model dia obsolete dah. Sebab nobody wants to use Kodak anymore. Majority of the people in the world dah ada smartphone. Why I have to buy a digital camera using Kodak and everything? Lepas tu nak kena develop film, kena pergi pula ke kedai dan sebagainya. So what they do is that, okay, they change the business model lah. Yeah. Ataupun dia kata people reinvent new things. With using smartphone, you have digital camera embed in that. People don't want to buy extra extra tools just to capture picture. Everything is on the phone right now. Yeah. So re-engineer the business model, re-engineer the technology. Alright. So technology can be emerging, traditional, or existing. Apa teknologi yang still traditional dekat dalam dunia ni? Apa teknologi yang masih lagi traditional? Ada ke? I think technology is evolving and emerging. Emerging tu maksud dia keep on revolutionize. Contohnya AI. Ya. Those days AI is just AI, but nowadays talking about AI, we talk about artificial intelligence. There is a data analytics right now. People who are not in the IT field can do data analytics, statistician, accounting, whatsoever. Sebab dah ada apa? Power BI dan sebagainya. Yeah. So even without IT knowledge, you can still do data analytics because data analytics is very important for decision making. You tengok patterns, then that patterns will give you information for decision making. Yeah. What else? Emerging. So now we have social media. Dulu I think I just guna MySpace, apa lagi, Flickr, boring, tak ada interaction kat situ ya.
Friendster.
Friendster. Oh yes, Friendster. Okay, Friendster. Ya, dah lupa dah benda tu. Tiba-tiba ada Facebook. So Facebook is actually revolutionize the social networking because apa? Dia punya what features yang dia copyright? What features yang dia copyright that makes that Facebook is so viral and so addictive? You rasa apa? Features apa yang dia copy?
News feed.
Newsfeed? Tak,
Yep.
bukan.
Kan.
Newsfeed, yes, currently dia copyright. Lagi apa? Sebelum tu, apa yang membezakan dengan MySpace? I think nowadays the design tu.
Dia punya friend system, sampai tengok dia punya movie, social network tu kan. Dia based on Harvard punya system tu dia nak promotionalize-kan. So the profile kita, hobi kita.
That is the whole concept formation. Tapi I think the one that clicks the users are the button likes. Mana pernah orang terfikir kan nak letak likes kat situ, button likes tu. Now likes can change into money kan. How many likes you have? And it can change into monetary value. So sekarang ni semua social media, you have that feedback. So the feedback punya market tu is very huge. Has an impact, especially if you rely on social media to gain money. Yeah, the button likes tu. Nobody thinks about. So siapa yang design the likes tu? Wow, dia memang orang kata divergent. Dia punya thinking tu memang divergent lah. Yeah. Sebab sekarang ni semua dah ada likes, semua dah ada feedback. Whatever you pergi Trivago ke mana ke kan, semua dah ada likes, semua ada feedback. So ratings, feedback tu dah jadi macam satu compulsory ya for any services type of platform. Okay. So just to show you, just to show you what's going on. Alright. So AI nowadays talking about AI sekarang ni with all kinds of AI tools. So any organizations and companies who do not adopt AI, okay, ataupun tukar dia punya apps tu into AI, they are in the losing end. But sekarang ni semua orang nak semua automated. Okay. Kalau boleh you prompt aja, tanya ChatGPT. Tanya ChatGPT, what is the best topic to do for cybersecurity? Dah dia bagi. Okay, orang tak nak fikir dah. Alright. But one thing not so good about ChatGPT is that it will let you for the new generations about I'm the old generation, so for the new generation dia mengurangkan critical thinking lah ya. So for us, because we have been using technology way before ChatGPT, so we exercise a lot on critical thinking. So talking about conceptualization tu kacang aja. Okay, but then for the new upcoming generation with all these tools, dia akan akan melambatkan proses of critical thinking tu. Of course, it is good for you to grasp ideas from ChatGPT and all these AI tools ya. For example, like using Leonardo, you dah boleh buat satu animated book, e-book. Guna Leonardo je. You just have to play prompt. In fact, in the future, they're going to say that we need a prompt engineer. You tahu apa prompt engineer?
Yang bagi command dekat AI semua tu lah.
Yes. You need people who are expert to give command to AI. Sebab you nak consistency. Let's say you dah curated the figure character animation you apa semua. Bila you nak prompt lagi tu dah tersengit lah hidung dia apa semua. So you need to know how to prompt and we need an expert to do that. To teach people how to do that, to design, to make it consistent, for example. That will be the future. I don't know how much advance lagi. Ada tak advance lagi daripada Facebook? I don't know. Maybe ada. Sebab orang ni, di evolution dia makin lama makin pandai. Yeah? Yeah? Kind of scary, but yeah, that's the thing. Alright? So instead of using technology or wearing technology constantly, we will start becoming technology. Do you feel that? Yeah? Asyik guna teknologi je. At the end of the day, you become part of the technology. So we called it the field of transhumanism. Pernah dengar tak perkataan ni? Transhumanism. Another bombastic word. What is it? Transhumanism ni. Okay? It's a belief or theory that humans can evolve beyond its current physical and mental limitations. Okay, kita tengok apa contoh dia. Alright, transhumanism ni. Oh, banyak contoh. Cybernetic. Okay, biotechnology, genetic engineering. We talk about genetic engineering, DNA constructs and everything. People can actually, especially kalau dia nak, ni contohnya animals lah. Untuk manusia tak boleh ya. It's ethics wise tak boleh nak keluarkan tukar DNA. Cannot, okay. It's violating God's. Alright, but now you can see all this trans thing ya. Dia pun dah violate kat situ dah, okay. But genetic engineering is very good for tanaman, okay? Tapi bila GMO banyak sangat ni, dia dah jadi macam tak bagus untuk kesihatan ya. Maknanya you dah tukar dia punya natural substances tu. So kalau boleh produk, kalau you nampak non-GMO beli. Kalau ada GMO situ jangan beli. Because dia dah synthetic, alright? Kalau animals ya, animals because you want to retain dia punya habitat dan sebagainya, you boleh buat genetic engineering. Okay, nanotechnology, nanobots, okay, integrated into the human body to repair cells, especially cancers and everything, yes, okay. Digital consciousness, yeah. What is digital consciousness? Represent the convergence of technology with human essence, where identity and intellect could exist independently. What is digital consciousness? Which means all of us are digital savvy lah. Ya. Mungkin mak-mak kita sebab dia bukan lahir dalam dunia teknologi. Anak-anak besok ni dia punya digital consciousness very high, which means they cannot live without technology. Ya. So wearable technology, of course, with your smartwatch and everything, semua dah boleh track you punya jantung, heartbeat and so forth, ya. AI, of course, we're talking about AI just now, alright? Making decisions and all that, yeah. The underlying themes of transhumanism is between human beings and technologies. The point is that technology is no longer an external entity, which means technology has embedded in our life. Bangun tidur je, bukannya you grab coffee, you grab handphone dulu. Nak tengok, okay, ada WhatsApp ke, nak tengok social media ke, okay, what happens to Palestine and so forth, what is the latest news, biasanya gitu, ya. Okay, contoh, okay, technological thinking, contoh lagi, alright, technological thinking and problem solving. So, I just want to recap how it relates to your system thinking here. So, with technological thinking, alright, let's say, participants asked to assemble two technological mechanism of low complexity, a flashlight and screw mechanism. Okay, so, okay, contohnya, alright, I tengok sini ya, thinking as a whole. Contohnya, you buat pen untuk menulis. Kan? So bila you buat pen is a pen is a product, okay? Simple product. So how do you change it into a system thinking? So not just a pen, okay, but you are applying system thinking in a way that how you want to commercialize this pen, how the pen should be designed, design yang conventional ke, design macam mana ke, siapa, who is your customer segmentation. Contohnya. So system thinking looks into not just the product, but the ecosystem of the product. Yeah, daripada design, konsep, okay, how you want to market it, daripada siapa, okay, different marketing platform dan sebagainya. Okay, so system thinking look at a product as a whole, yeah, daripada design, daripada not just dia punya materials dan sebagainya. Through design tu bukan setakat design of the pen, tapi how you market it, how you want it to be, luxury ke, pen yang luxury ke, pen yang tak luxury ke, contohnya, ya. Contohnya jam. A watch is a watch. People don't care. Some people don't care. I just buy watch from shopping yang RM10. Asalkan dapat tengok masa dah lah, kan? But no. Some people, dia punya system thinking, a watch is not a watch. I'm not going to look at the time. Not just time. I'm wearing a watch because it's a brand. Okay? It's supposed to make me look kaya, luxury. Contohnya you wear Tag Heuer compared to Casio. You rasa apa? Ya, nak dapatkan Tag Heuer tu pun you makan Maggi setahun. Contohnya. Right? That brand associated with the system thinking of luxury sebab macam mana dia market the product, packaging, dia punya store dia macam mana, you masuk store dia pun orang yang sales tu pun pakai tie, necktie smart and everything. You masuk Casio, kedai jam biasa, entah pack mana yang layan you. Contohnya, kan? So system thinking, you faham tak everybody? Ada banyak kali ulang dah ni system thinking ni. Yeah? So system thinking has a lot of a different stakeholder, yeah, and you look at the product in the ecosystem too. It's not just a product, but the entire business model. Yeah. Okay. All right. Alright, so now we go into design thinking, which is our final punya section here. So I'm sure you have heard about design thinking. I think in the industry, they talk a lot on design thinking. Okay, hari tu I attend on the design leadership conference. I hear the talk from Tesla. They heavily use design thinking in their production. Yeah. Okay, so as I said, design and system thinking associate because they're not just designing a car, not just a car, but they design user experience of who is driving Tesla. How does a Tesla driver feels when they drive Tesla? Macam mana dia nak inject that kind of user experience tu? Okay, so design involve forming a concept or idea, tadi concept formation tadi ya, to add value to people's life. The word value here. So value doesn't mean that it comes from the technology, the instrument, the tools, tapi the entire experience, ya. Okay, so kalau you tengok definition of design, okay, provide structure to any artifact, okay, decompose the system into parts, how the parts interrelate, okay, the relationships and everything. All right, design refers to both an activity and the result of the activity. So yeah, whatever you design, at the end of the day, whether your design is for just exhibition purpose ataupun design for something that people can use, it depends on your objective. As I said, some buildings are meant for building untuk exhibition, ya, bukan untuk diduduki. Kalau you pergi overseas, ada setengah building tu dia just for aesthetic value. Contohnya kereta, you pergi exhibition kereta, ada kereta yang kontot, ada kereta yang untuk keluarga, ada kereta yang just for exhibition, tak boleh dibawa pun. But it's just a matter of design. Okay. So design thinking. So from the word design, they talk about design thinking. Siapa yang perlu ada design thinking? Every one of us yang involved in any development, any design activities should have design thinking. Even I'm as a lecturer, I develop curriculum, yeah, for the program, I should have design thinking as well. Doesn't mean that design thinking ni apply for the industry. Tidak. Cikgu pun kena ada design thinking. Yeah. So design thinking is the discipline that uses the designer sensibility, okay, that match people needs, all right, and also what kind of business strategy that can convert the design artifact into something valuable, okay, something that become a market opportunity. So kalau you kata, okay, you jual produk OEM and orang ambil daripada kilang yang sama. But how to, tapi what makes it different in terms of the sales? It depends on the design thinking of that particular salesperson tu lah, ya. You panggil influencer ke apa, ke founder lah, founder tu. Macam mana dia market the product? Itu guna design thinking juga. Strategi dia. Packaging dia macam mana? Packaging dia dapat murah ke? Packaging dapat mahal ke? Macam cara dia marketing tu dia guna celebrity ke? That is curated, curated marketing strategy tu is also part of design thinking. Yeah. How they persuade people, the persuasiveness. So kalau you belajar marketing, you belajar persuasive marketing. And sekarang ni kita ada persuasive technology yang sebagainya. So simple persuasive technology is media, TV, social media. Itu sangat persuasif lah. You tengok hari-hari, you tengok IG orang rumah cantik apa semua dah lah. You rasa macam, oh, I nak rumah macam ni, ala-ala farmhouse lah, ala-ala Scandinavian lah semua tu. It's persuasive, sangat persuasive. So social media is a technology that is totally persuasive, yeah. So it's essential ability to combine empathy, creativity and rationality, okay, to meet the user needs and also business success. Alright, so let's see what is design thinking. Dengar-dengar tapi tak tahu apa benda. So design thinking is also part of methodology. So those days you learn about SDLC, MADLC, WDLC, agile prototyping and sebagainya. But design thinking can be embedded in those methodological process. And sometimes it can just be standalone, okay? So design thinking doesn't mean that you develop IT-based product. Design thinking can also develop on services, ya. Contohnya, I guna design thinking to develop curriculum. Okay, contohnya. Alright, so what is design thinking here? So there are the 5 phases. Okay, sama juga macam SDLC, you have phases. Alright, but the focus here is on the empathize, which is more on the user side. So traditional, ya. Kalau tengok sini ya. Oh, I letak sini pula. Traditional way of doing things, ya. Okay, team has an idea, plan, build idea, show that's ready. Dah, ni traditional way of doing things. Zaman Tok Kaduk dulu. But nowadays, we talk about human-centered design, talking about innovating processes, ya. It's iteration. So you tengok sini, the team sees a problem. Okay, team talks to affected people. Dia akan pergi and address the problem with the people. Okay, and then develop ideas, alright, build prototype, pergi balik pada people lagi. Okay, so the involvement of the users is a lot when you talk about human-centered design here. And then kalau solution tu tak bagus, you iterate balik. Keep on iterating. So if you go to this industry, I think those yang memang go into design, whether you buat digital marketing, social media marketing, whatsoever, they look into more on the human-centered. So that's why the persuasiveness comes in. Even if you want to strategize your marketing strategy, kan, you still need to see what people like to see, what people like to look at. Yeah, contohnya. Alright, so okay, so these are the design thinking framework. Okay, kalau you tengok ya, act, sense and think. Sense tu maksud dia, you probably you're at the level of low fidelity prototype, you still need to work with the user, with the real user, yeah, not just after you develop the entire high fidelity baru nak test, yeah. Okay, so the testing tu should be starting at the lower level, okay. So why? So why it matters? Talk about design thinking. Why it matters to empathize user? Why it matters? Yeah. Sama hari ni you guna SDLC, you tak empathize user ke? It's the practice, yeah, it's the practice. Maybe those days dia nak buat produk tu because dia nak buat produk tu. Tapi nowadays to make sure customers sustain to use your product to create that persuasiveness, then you have to look into a business model where the customer will stay loyal to your brand, stay loyal to your product and services. So this is where design thinking matters. Not just build the product, design the product, but design the entire ecosystem so that it's sustained. Yeah. So they want to create a model of experience. Contohnya, you masuk UITM, what kind of model of experience that you feel so far? Baru masuk first semester ni. Apa model experience that you feel? Anybody can share? What is the experience? Baru minggu kelima. What is the experience? How do you feel?
Saya rasa asobiah.
Kenapa?
Rasa asobiah, ada kroni-kroni.
Oh, really?
Tak adalah kurang. Tapi dia familiarity lah. Dia senang nak bergaul, senang nak kongsi ideas.
Yeah, because you guys online kan, you tak masuk lagi campus, so it's different. Yeah. So I shouldn't ask you the question lah, sebab not fair because your experience is just based on online, okay? But what is the experience of postgraduate compared to undergraduate ni?
Saya from undergraduate, so saya boleh katalah the level of professionalism, the level that is expected of you to achieve during master is very different from undergraduate lah.
Yeah. You tengok assignment pun dah cukup kan?
Betul.
Yeah, so we treat you differently. So how we curated the curriculum, how we curated the program, okay, we give a different experience to distinguish between undergraduate level and also the postgraduate level, because I'm also one of the person that create the the curriculum for this MSc IT program, yeah, but not your program, but MSc IT program. So we want to make sure there is a difference between those who are taking undergraduate and those who are taking postgraduate, because at the postgraduate level, we want you to level up to a certain professionalism, to a certain level of thinking. So we could not assess you in a way that we assess undergraduate, and we expect you to be more mature, even though we have students that fresh graduates terus masuk master's level. And some of the subjects is actually a continuation subject at a higher level from the undergraduate subject. So I have feedback from students who have been graduating like 15 years ago, 10 years ago. They were shocked to see there are so much difference on the subject. Of course, because our subject is based on what the industry wants, what the industry needs for the definition of a skilled worker, knowledge worker. So we always revise our syllabus according to what the industries required. Yeah. So design thinking, kalau nampak ni ya, design thinking, kita dah introduce this design thinking during undergraduate student first year dia. First year dah kena ambil satu subjek yang related to design thinking. Sebelum dia ambil subjek programming dan sebagainya. Because why? Because even before you want to do programming, you must understand the problem situation. You must understand that design is a vast concept that even as a programmer, macam mana you nak design algorithm, okay, that eventually create efficiency. Contohnya, you must understand the problem situation. Bukannya setakat coding saja, yeah? Because somehow rather you involve in a team where you have to speak to the designer. Contohnya, yeah. So model of experience. So I think many product and services nowadays, yeah, not just design the product, tapi they design the overall experience of people using the product. So if you are the product of UITM, you have a different sense of achievement, different sense of feelings, yeah, compared to you graduate from Sunway University, Monash University, or perhaps overseas university, because it gives a different sentiment. They give you a different experience. Contohnya, you come up from Harvard, you come up from Oxford, you come up from Stanford, Princeton. they give a different model of experience. They give a model experience where you are the cream of the crops. Bukan senang nak masuk Oxford. Bukan senang you nak masuk Harvard, because the process to apply pun susah gila. Ya. You boleh tengok dekat YouTube ya. Nowadays YouTube has everything. So you can see how the application process is so difficult, ya, compared to you nak masuk UiTM you pakai UPU je semua tu kan. Senang. So it gives a different experience. So looking at design thinking, ya, the smaller part of this dia punya subset ni adalah they talk about usability. So whatever product and services you are designing must be usable to the user, which means in terms of usability, yeah, it's easy to use for all different types of users. Normal users, physically challenged, mentally challenged, yeah, depends on what product that you not develop. Okay. Also, user experience. What kind of user experience you're giving the users in using your product? You use Instagram. Setengah orang tak suka Instagram, tak suka IG because not into their not into their personality. Some people use Facebook. So kalau tengok ya, the range of users who are using Facebook and IG, mostly IG ni orang yang use muda-muda. Facebook ni orang lama-lama. Sebab dia punya interface tu mungkin for the elderly people dia suka. Ya. Tapi elderly people tak suka IG. Sebab IG ni terlalu modern dia punya design. Terlalu simple. for orang yang muda-muda lah, muda belia macam tu kan. Twitter. Some people tak suka microblogging. Twitter is microblogging. Pernah guna Tumblr. I think Tumblr not many ya. Tumblr ni pun lama-lama dia pun obsolete jugalah Tumblr ni ya. Twitter. People use Twitter now we call X. Yeah, X already. So some people use Twitter as part of microblogging. Yeah. So different experience. Different application will give different experience. Targeted customer. Service experience. Okay, so service experience encompassing customer experience across multiple online and offline touchpoints along the entire customer journey. Service experience. So some products they are ada offline and online. Contohnya Maybank. Maybank ada online product, dia ada offline product. Okay, so what kind of services they are giving? What kind of experience? So rata-rata I tanya students ya. My students, undergraduate students, they prefer Maybank. Majority will prefer Maybank. And some portion prefer CIMB Bank. But for public students, public government university, they have to open RHB lah, Bank Islam lah, sebab bank tu ada kaitan dengan universiti. Ya. Tapi overall dia kata servis yang paling bagus adalah Maybank. Do you agree with that?
Saya sangat setuju.
Kan?
Setuju.
Yeah, compared to CIMB and all that. Maybank is still the best. And now they already changed the appearance of internet banking to make it more simplified. Yeah, only essential. Lepas tu dia ada product like mobile apps and everything. So this the kind of service experience. Yeah. Daripada usability, dia keep on testing. Yeah, how to make it simple, how to make it efficient, how to make it effective. And then they talk about user experience. Then they will provide different types of service experience. So the whole model of experience ni sampai dia punya service strategy ke business strategy tu, dia pun boleh kata I love Maybank. I tak nak tukar bank lain. I suka Maybank. Contohnya. Ya. Contohnya kalau you dah brand loyalty kepada Toyota for example, ya. You nak tukar kereta lain pun rasa susah sebab you're not just buying the car, you know. You're not just buying the car because the car nampak cantik, dia punya spec tu bagus semua. No, you are buying the brand because you buy the car, you talk about maintenance dia, you talk about how the Toyota service center tu layan you, remind you about when is the next service. Semua tu you ambil kira as a model experience, betul tak? Ke you pergi beli kereta jenama tapi you repair dekat mana-mana mekanik, ke macam tu? You agree with me? The business strategy nowadays, yeah? Kalau you tengok Toyota, apa wheels ya, apa lagi, yang branded tu, it comes with the entire model experience. They're not just wanting you to buy the car, tapi dia punya service tu, kena bagus lah, ya. So design thinking tu bukan setakat bina produk dan services je. You tengok sini dia punya banyak benda yang dia akan tengok lagi. So you have to work with the marketing strategy, the human resource lah. You punya banyak department lagi. So you punya team tu kena tengok banyak benda. Yeah. So I wish some of you will land in a job where you go through these phases. And then you nampak why design thinking matters. Yeah. Alright. Okay, so another one, design thinking why it matters. Yes, user experience. Tadi yang besar lah ya, yang besar. And now we're talking about user experience ya. So you nampak ya, banyak proses berlaku to come up with one single product nowadays. Not just like come up with product, that's it. Fine, jual, habis cerita. You beli appliances ke contohnya ya, nowadays ya, ladies maybe dia nak beli appliances bukan sebab dia nak masak, sebab estetik. Ya, dia nak beli pun okay, tema warna rumah putih. So I don't want to buy any appliances dekat dapur tu colour lain. I nak putih semua. Sebab I nak ala-ala Scandinavian, Muji konsep lah, apalah semua tu kan. So user experience, sebab dia masuk rumah je dia nak user experience dia aesthetic, Scandinavian, Muji style. Contohnya, farmhouse. So semua perabot tu dia curated in a way that it makes that user experience tu. Okay, so nowadays you tengok appliances dia dekat Shopee tu, dia bukan jual appliance sahaja, dia jual design. Smack, ya, retro. Toaster pun boleh harga RM600. Sebab apa? Dia ada Smack. Okay, peti ais. Peti ais sepatutnya peti ais lah, tak. Untuk setengah orang dia bukan sekadar peti ais untuk simpan makanan, tapi dia peti ais untuk aesthetic value. User experience. You buka je peti ais tu, you rasa, wow, I'm in the world of luxury. I berada di dunia yang berbeza bila I buka peti ais jenama Smack. Compare tu you buka jenama Toshiba or jenama Samsung, tak ada apa-apa feelings kat situ. Contohnya lah. Okay. So you tengok ya, how people design even appliances pun ya, how persuasive it is. You nampak design yang estetik, bila tambah lagi dengan social media yang meracuni pemikiran. Ya, kalau hari-hari you tengok IG tu orang dekor yang macam-macam, of course lah you nak beli kan. Alright. Okay, so these are some of the process, some of the process before you actually create the product. So you got to tengok task model, user stories, personas and everything. You got to understand user. So user sekarang ni dah advance. Dia bukan nak beli barang, contohnya electrical kettle, sekadar nak boil water, tak. Dia bukan nak boil water tu, dia nak user experience tu menggunakan Smack, menggunakan retro design, contohnya ya. Okay. So design thinking, alright. So innovation, when we talk about innovation, we also address what user wants, human values, usability, desirability. So desire tu tadi, you cater for the user's desire because some customer segmentation, dia go for brand, dia go for design, aesthetic, all that. Ada customer tak kisah. Pakai jam apa pun tak kisah, asalkan tengok jam. Pakai kereta apa pun tak kisah, asalkan ada kereta. But some people are not. Okay. So yeah, certain products are designed for desirability, usability. Okay. We talk about emotional innovation. Yes, design thinking also talks about that. I tak nak sentuh lah yang functional ni dah common ya. Emotional innovation, persuasiveness. Yeah. How persuasive it is us to rely on social media a lot. Sebab apa-apa pun tengok social media. Apa-apa pun you tengok Shopee. Sebab trend dekat situ. Ya. So emotional innovation, sampai kan you tak boleh lah tukar brand lain. Contohnya lah sekarang ni people start boycotting Starbucks ya. Orang dah panik, macam mana nak cari kopi yang ambience yang macam ala-ala Starbucks tu, bila bawa cup tu rasa oh I'm so rich, I'm damn rich, you know, you bawa Starbucks cups tu and everything. Sekarang ni tak boleh sebab nanti orang jeling kat kita pergi Starbucks, kita tak boycott Israel and everything ya. Macam mana tu? You nak beli Zeus, you pegang cup Zeus tu, you rasa macam I'm rich ke today, you rasa macam best ke, sebenarnya sama je. Tapi because the emotional innovation that has been turun-temurun, maknanya Starbucks tu luxury. You pergi Coffee Bean pun you tak rasa as luxury as Starbucks. So you nak minum coffee, where do you get the coffee? Oh, Starbucks dengan logo dia tu. Betul tak? Ya, you masuk je Starbucks tu, you rasa extra kaya hari ni. You masuk Zeus, dia rasa extra kaya? Tak ada. You masuk Tila, dia rasa extra kaya? Tak ada. So, different, ya. Yeah? So, kalau you boleh inject that, okay, kalau local product ni, dia boleh inject that kind of emotional innovation tu, then perhaps you boleh kaya lah in the future, ya. So, how do you do that? Okay, so sama juga macam duck brand, ya, tudung duck tu sampai 300, 500, people were willing to buy because you masuk je kedai duck tu, you dah rasa macam, oh, I'm rich today, sebab tak semua orang boleh beli tudung yang 300. Okay, contohnya. So, design thinking, alright. Design for usability, functionality, accessibility, especially those yang ada mentally challenged, physically challenged and all that, ya, yang kurang upaya. Design yang engaging, branding, professionalism, simplicity, message. So you tengok Apple product, apa lagi yang sangat popular, Starbucks, apa lagi, you know, cosmetics, some of the cosmetics, ya, yang famous cosmetics, ya. Yeah, engaging tu maksud dia punya marketing, dia punya persuasiveness, and ladies, they will go to Sephora. Bila masuk Sephora tu macam taman permainan yang indah, ya, walaupun tahu ada benda yang you can't afford it, tapi macam masuk Sephora tu you beli 2-3 jam pun you tak rasa, ya. Okay, contohnya, right. Okay, so ni I dah bagi tahu ni, alright. So design thinking process, there are a lot of process involved, especially bila you nak design a product, you must understand the customer, the user. So ni contoh, ya, the process that in design thinking, I'm sure you have gone through this, yeah. First of all, you need to understand your user, you create your persona, empathy map, okay. And then after that, user journey maps, because we want to understand. Contohnya, you nak buat booking kan, traveling booking dan sebagainya. So you need to understand your user journey map. Why this is important? Because all the activities that the user undertaken in every steps will provide you an idea on how to improvise it, and how whether that particular activities can be computerized, can be digitized, can be can be simplified, alright. So user journey map ni sangat penting dalam design thinking, ya. Yeah. So at the end of the day, from user journey map, you got persona and everything, you come up with the design. So design you bukan setakat you ada website punya experience, you ada apps experience, yeah. And of course, at the end of the day, all these designs going back into the persona tadilah, requirements tadi semua tu. So dulu kita tak buat SDLC, all this user persona, empathy map, semua user journey map tak buat. Ya, so dalam design thinking, this is emphasis. Ya, contohnya yang macam ni, ya. I lupa tunjuk tadi, user journey map. So dia ada dua. So satu macam ni, okay, satu macam ni, tapi user journey map, yes. So even Tesla also, when I attended the talk, dia buat user journey map of the drivers, because they want to see whether what challenges, what difficulties, apa yang best guna Tesla ni, dekat mana kekurangan dia, especially in Malaysian situation, because overseas is different, Malaysian situation is different. So what kind of tools that they need to develop in order to assist these Tesla drivers in Malaysia, especially to estimate destinations, ya. Ataupun nak cari the nearest charger port dan sebagainya. Okay. So ini contoh how design thinking is conducted. So if you look here in terms of design thinking, the process daripada first one visualization. So inilah sampailah ke launching, and sampailah you buat the second iteration, third iteration, first version, second version dan sebagainya. Even after you launch your product, you still need to get feedback from the user, whether the user like it or user don't like it. So every time kalau you nampak Apple product, every year dia akan keluarkan different version. Every single year, because it based on the what the customer complains, what are the limitations with the current product, what the user wants. So every time the phone will be much more canggih lah. Tak tahu nak canggih mana lagi. Sekarang ni orang tengah viral flip phone Samsung kan, flip. But some people don't like flip phone. But in Korea the flip Samsung tu dah lama dah orang pakai yang flip tu. But the trend coming in, so yeah, people buy the flip phone. But Apple, the design yang persuasive design ni dekat mana? Persuasive design ni is simplicity, the simple design, okay, and also apa yang bagus pasal iPhone ni, I don't know, walaupun dia proprietary tapi orang suka sangat iPhone ni. Maybe sebab simple, maybe because I'm iPhone user since from the beginning. So if I want to change to Android phone, it's very hard for me because the learning curve tu. So I don't like to change. So I'm loyal to iPhone no matter what. Okay, sebab dia punya learning curve tu different. Yeah. So siapa yang dah pernah guna iPhone nak change to Android susah sikit lah. Tapi kalau boleh change to change lah ya, because we are boycotting something now. Ya, tapi yeah, iPhone currently is still, for me, is still the best lah. Ya, walaupun Android tu senang sikit tapi itulah. Tapi I don't like to use Mac. One thing I do like to use Mac. So I learning curve on Mac tu, I think the first 2 laptop saya buy, lepas tu I ditch the laptop, I guna balik Microsoft. Okay, so research design to innovation, yes. So these are the process, okay, using design thinking, whereby they emphasize a lot on this model of experience, not just the product, okay. And also they use a lot of user research. So kalau you tengok kosmetik ni ya, emotional innovation tu yang penting. Of course ingredients is penting because if you want to sustain lama dalam industry of cosmetic, you must make sure that people trust your brand, people trust your ingredients. So I don't know, maybe because local product ni murah, ya, sebab selebriti yang pakai, but trust me, they don't really use their own brand. Yeah, but then yeah, kita kena jadi consumer yang bijak lah. Okay. Alright, so that's it for today. So for next week, I will continue with flip class, and also dalam video tu I will just highlight on how you should be starting doing your assignment. Okay, take care everyone. So hopefully you get something from today. Yeah, you don't feel bored listening to my lecture. Although lack of interaction from you, I only hear the same voice all the time. Okay, so hopefully next week onwards, and face-to-face class, especially the ladies here, all right, please interact with me because I need to see varieties of voices. Ya, kalau tidak, I pun macam, alah, hai mengantuk lah, membebel seorang-seorang, okay? Alright, so see you guys.
Okay.
Doktor, sorry, just one trivial question. For macam kalau buat assignment ke apa, do you prefer British English or US English?
Apa dia? I prefer?
British English or US English?
Sama je.
American.
Sama je, don't worry, as long as in English, ya.
Okay, because
Okay.
the I usually write in British English, but I saw some of the most of the macam assignment yang you share itu mostly written in American English.
Oh well, unless kalau the assignment that you write can have a voice narration, then adalah differences between British slang and American slang, ya. Okay, tu lain lah cerita. Tapi kalau setakat menulis tu sama je, okay.
Because ada some of the spelling tu will be different lah.
Oh, it's
So,
okay. Kita
okay,
terima je.
okay. Alright.
British ke American ke, it's still English, okay? You provide me the same experience model, ya, tak ada beza. Unless ada audio narration tu different lah, ya. Itu different vibes, okay? Alright, ada lagi question?
Doctor, about our original result.
Our original.
Original. Okay.
Yep.
I baru nak check because yesterday I dah kaput dah. You all tu I dah macam I tak boleh nak tegak mata dah bila you all tanya tu. Okay, so I will check afterwards and see whether the email goes into my inbox, and biasanya biasanya dalam masa 1 jam dia akan generate dia punya report tu. So let's see if they already generated, then I will just forward it inside the WhatsApp group, ya. Okay?
Doktor.
Alright.
Inside WhatsApp group.
I masuk je
Ah.
lah dalam WhatsApp group tu, all the report.
Okay.
Doktor, saya ada soalan. Let's say doktor punya limit tu 20% kan. Kalau terlebih daripada tu, daripada result yang doktor bagi tu, apa kami kena
Okay,
buat?
kalau terlebih, you kena rewrite balik lah.
Okay, thank you. Terima kasih doktor.
Okay.
Doktor, semalam saya ada try pakai Turnitin untuk saya punya. And my result is 19%.
Yeah.
But I check apa benda yang dia kata plagiat ke benda tu is the tajuk of the paper itself. So saya banyak
macam ni, you bila masukkan dalam Turnitin, you masukkan paper yang you review je. Jangan masukkan paper yang you guna untuk review tu.
Actually,
Yelah,
I
kami
did that.
masukkan paper yang kami tulis saja. Tak masukkan reference, tak masukkan
Okay,
reference paper tu.
sepatutnya tajuk tu you rephrase jugalah.
Oh, okay.
Reference tajuk jugalah, tak payah nak ambil
Ya,
sebiji tajuk.
sepatutnya. When it is critical review, you have to rephrase according to your perspective. Faham tak?
Alright.
According to your perspective. Bukannya you cedok balik, copy and paste daripada 3 paper tu, tak. Everything needs to be rephrased. Yeah? Or you nak I extend on the submission?
Tak perlu, dah siap dah pun. Cuma saya personally lah nak kena tukar. Kena refresh benda nak tajuk tu. Sebab saya ambil tajuk kan, ingat tak tukar. Sebab tajuk official kan.
Yeah. So tajuk kena tukar. So tajuk tu maybe you give another title, not the same as the other 3 papers, tapi menunjukkan that you actually critically reviewing these 3 papers. Yeah.
So contoh kalau tajuk dia ABC, saya buat macam CBA ke BCA ke gitulah.
Yeah. Tapi within the context of what you are reviewing lah. Jangan lari lah tajuk tu.
Sebab saya perasan yang dia buat malam, dia banyak ambil tajuk. Ambil tajuk tu dia search kat Google. Ada study lain guna kat tajuk tu. So tu yang banyak markah tu.
Yeah, so you kena be wise when you talk about critical review. Actually kan critical review ni, I bagi 3 je. Those days, I think previous semester students kena baca 5 paper, more than that. Yeah? Ni I bagi 3 je. Alright, okay. Ada lagi question?
Madam nak extend boleh? Yang dah siap mungkin Zul seorang je lah. Yang lain tak pasti lagi.
Serious? Kenapa? Berapa orang nak extend ni? Berapa orang nak extend ni? Kat tangan? 1 je, Arif je. Arif je. Baru 5 orang. Kelas dia berapa? Tak sampai separuh. Baru 6. Yang lain dah confident lah. Boleh hantar. 7. Baru 7, tak sampai separuh.
Kita orang tak confident, rasa nak buat perubahan lagi lah.
Okay, so kalau macam tu, siapa yang dah siap boleh je hantar. No worries, you can just submit in advance. Siapa yang tak siap lagi, I bagi sampai next Friday. Next Friday is the total cut off, yeah? Because during the mid-sem break, I want to release semua marks yang carry marks, sebab carry marks I cannot release more than 30%. Okay, that is the rules of UiTM. So I can only release 1 assignment. Okay, 1 assignment which is your individual assignment. So assignment seterusnya akan di-embed dalam you punya final result nanti. So tak tahulah carry marks you berapa. So carry marks you sampai first assignment je ya. Alright. Okay, so next Friday by midnight.
Okay, boleh. Thank you, madam.
Siapa yang hantar lambat, I deduct 5 marks ya. No mercy. Sebab I dah bagi extension. Okay. So siapa yang dah siap boleh je hantar, no worries. Okay. Alright, so you have, okay macam ni, untuk original, okay, I tak boleh nak tengok hari-hari. So, I bagi macam contohnya, okay, hari Sunday ni. Okay, Sunday ni cut off time pukul 12. Okay, sorry, Sunday cut off time, I bagilah macam pukul 9 PM. So, I check siapa yang dah hantar. So, let's say kalau minggu depan cut off dia hari Rabu. Contohnya, ya. Sebab kalau you lebih daripada 20%, of course you need more time to apa orang kata, to double check balik kan, to redo whatever it is. So balik ni, okay, try to rephrase balik ayat-ayat yang you rasa you cut and paste original sentence from the original paper. So try to rephrase balik, okay, try to rephrase balik, and then normally dia akan your similarity index tu normally akan very low. Yeah. Kalau you ambil ayat sebiji, memanglah dia akan tinggi dia punya similarity index. Alright, so try to rephrase balik. Okay, so I think I will announce back the deadline, the new deadline, okay, by next week Friday. Okay, alright, so thank you everyone. See you guys after midterm break. Bye.
Okay, terima kasih doktor.
Thank you, Doktor.
Okay,
Bye.
after midterm break,
Sama-sama.
doktor.
Thank you, Doktor.
Okay.
Doktor, after midterm break,
Yeah.
bukan next week. Ada kelas lagi?
Next week, flip class, Zul.
Tak dengar.
Flip class.
Saya dengar
Flip
kelas je,
class.
sorry.
You nak balik kampung apa semua pergilah, flip class. Yang perempuan-perempuan ni, Fatihah, siapa lagi, Hafizah, tak dengar suara lagi. Bila assignment postpone baru dengar suara, amboi. Okay, so hopefully more interaction in the upcoming classes, but of course I think physical class should be more interaction lah. Okay, so take care everyone, have a nice holidays, happy Deepavali, okay, and hopefully semua hantar on time. Okay, see you guys, bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, doktor.
Wassalam.
Thank you, Doktor.
Doktor. Salam.